Thank you for joining me. I can't even do it. I can't do it. Thank you for joining me live from the grooming table. I used to be Amy Lee, certified professional pet groomer since 2003, but today I am here to bring in spirit to somebody who was very near and dear to many of us. I know you know who I am. And some of you really know because you grew up in that era. But hey, listen, we are going to be talking about something wonderful today. I can't do this. It's hot. This is hot. I thought I had a lot of hair. This is a lot of hair. And facial hair? Whew. Now I know what facial hair really is. Okay, so let's get down to it, you guys. I am so happy that you're here. I'm going to put my mic down now. Okay, I have another mic on. So anyway, what the heck are we doing here tonight? Well, we just passed Halloween. We know that. So I didn't see you guys right before Halloween, so I'm still in the Halloween spirit. Not Halloween-y, just in the get into character kind of spirit, okay? So I not only have a great topic for you tonight, but I'm also going to be giving something away tonight. Tonight, there is one of you lucky subscribers is going to win my dog grooming course. It's for the very beginner, and it's going to be free to you. Did you guys see the post? Well, hold on. Let me show you. I made a post on my community tab. You guys really got to pay attention to my community tab. Stop looking at my mustache. Stop it. It's not nice to stare. I'd be staring too. So this is the post that I'm talking about. So I posted this on my community tab a couple days ago. My course that I'm giving away, it sells for $199 on my Go Groomer Learning Center on that website. If you want to learn more about my Learning Center, guys, I've linked it below. But let me show you something else. All right. So this is the post. And I hope you all pay attention to my weekly posts that I create on my community tab on my YouTube channel, because that is where you will learn of any giveaway contest that I have in place and how you can win. So all those details were there for you guys, and I was watching. I was so excited. If you did notice, if you noticed, last week I made this post on my community tab announcing this fun and exciting contest. I wanted to make it fun. I thought about coming in here tonight and just giving away one of my courses randomly, but it's really hard to do with so many of you, 188,000 of you. God, I love you all. I do. I appreciate you very much, but it's very hard for me to give things away anymore with this, the size of us. So I decided to do that on the community tab, which is like a website for my YouTube channel, but it's on my YouTube channel. It's a community tab. So in that post, I explained exactly how you could be, here, I'll put it up here again, the post. This was the post. And this was last week. And in that post, I explained exactly how you could be the first to answer the questions in order to win my dog grooming course for the very beginner, completely free, with lifetime access. So I'm giving it away. One of you played by the rules and correctly answered the questions in the comment on that post. Actually, a couple of you did correctly answer the question in this post. And later in this video right here tonight, guys, I'm going to announce the lucky winner and how they can claim their prize. My dog grooming course for the very beginner is going to be free to one of you lucky subscribers tonight, and I cannot wait. So stay put for that. All right, back to lovely me. Oh God, where am I at? Here I am. Oh my God. Oh, even my dog was looking at me like, I said, it's okay, Gus. If I was talking to him, he's looking at me like, this is weird. She's done lost her mind. She's gone doggone crazy. That's what he was thinking. I could see it all over his face. So anyway, the contest was, who am I? Okay, that was what you guys had to guess. Who am I? When was I born? The character that I'm in, and what was I famous for? So tonight's topic, and this is going to be so cool. Tonight's topic is dog grooming the Bob Ross way. That's right. I'm Bob Ross, the famous painter. This video right here tonight, guys, is dedicated to the late and famous painter, Bob Ross. We love you, Bob Ross. His birthday was only a few days ago. He was born on October 29th, 1942, and he was a legend. And I know that many of you know who he was. Let me show you. Let me just give you a glimpse as I explain who Bob Ross was. This is Bob. Bob taught us the joy of painting, and he had a style of creating beautiful landscape paintings with minimal tools in just 30 minutes on the PBS TV network. Many of you watched it. I know I did. I was a kid. If we tap into the vibe that Bob Ross so graciously shared with the world and apply his ideology to dog grooming, we can perform dog grooming the Bob Ross way. Oh, yes, we can. I'm going to tell you how we're going to do that tonight. Bob taught so many people how to use his style of painting to create one-of-a-kind masterpieces, and they were. People who didn't even know how to paint were tuned in every week to watch this series, and it's still available on YouTube. His way of looking at painting was simplistic, yet it was also intentional. Very intentional, but simplistic. When we listen to how Bob Ross taught us to paint, we can use his painting approach in our daily dog grooming sessions and create a masterpiece on our grooming tables. Yes, we can. Bob says we can. Now, these are some of the things I'm going to share with you tonight that I learned from Bob Ross that I can apply to my dog grooming, and you can too. One is depth, and another is perception, another is blending, another is freestyle, creativity, patience, inspiration, and your creative ability is reflected in your mood and your mindset. These are things that we learned from Bob Ross as he taught us to paint on television, national television. But these are things that we can apply to our dog grooming. And I'm going to tell you how. All these things can be applied to dog grooming. And we, all of us, can groom the Bob Ross way. Yeah, we can. So, let me speak to you about each of these categories. Let me take a few things off my screen because it's a bit busy. So let me speak on these categories and how we can apply these things to our daily grooms and groom the Bob Ross way. He wasn't a groomer, he was a painter, but he was an artist. And a groomer is an artist too. So let's take the first topic, and that's depth. He spoke a lot about depth, not depth. Depth. It's hard for me to say that with a mustache. Stop making fun of me. He spoke a lot about depth. Depth to him in painting, but how do we apply that to dog grooming? Depth and dimension in dog grooming allow us to stand back from our work and visually marry the different areas of grooming a dog into one continuously flowing piece of art, just like a painting. You often hear me talk about balance and symmetry when I'm grooming a dog, and this is what I'm talking about. Depth has everything to do with balance and symmetry. Creating a balanced look, the head, the ears, the tail are balanced with each other. They have to be. They also create depth of our groom, of the dog. The ears are not floor length, and the tail wouldn't be shaved. That's not balance. That's not depth, right? Woo! Okay, here's the dog's muzzle and his ears are to the floor. That's not balanced. The ear length is intentionally trimmed to accentuate the head and the tail. So everything we do in grooming is intentional, yet we still can have happy accidents. We do have happy accidents. So if the ear length is intentionally trimmed to an accurate length to accentuate the head and the tail, that also is to not steal that from the head and the tail. Not to say, oh my gosh, look at those ears. No, we want you to just look at the dog and not say, look at those ears. And stop looking at my mustache. It's not nice to stare like that. I'm telling you, it's not nice. Stop it. All right, so these are the types of lessons that I teach you guys in my hound channel members. So I see my hounds. I see you in the chat. Balance, symmetry, depth, perception, all these things. We talk about that and how to apply that to dog grooming to create a balanced trim. So if you want to take advantage of dog grooming, if you want to take that to a new level, that's why I created channel memberships on my YouTube channel. And you can consider joining the Go Groomer Hound group as a channel member and be prepared to improve your dog grooming skills, because that's what my members get. Now, let's move on. And I have linked to the join because nobody seems to know sometimes how to join. How do I join as a channel member? I have linked that in the description below for you guys, so it's there for you. Now, the next category that we're going to talk about, that things that Bob Ross often talked about in his paintings and as he was teaching us to paint. Gosh, he had such a soothing voice. I'm telling you. The reason I decided to dress up as Bob Ross is not only because I think he's an amazing individual. He's passed away, unfortunately, but I admired his talent, and a lot of you guys often send me emails and comments on my YouTube channel and tell me, you're the Bob Ross of dog grooming. I love the way you teach. And I think the reason you tell me that is for that reason. Bob had a way of teaching people. He had a way of calming your anticipation of something like dog grooming that you are nervous about or is overwhelming to you, because there's so much to learn. And people tell me that I bring a calmness in the way that I teach. And that's what Bob Ross did. He absolutely did. That's why he was so captivating. Plus, he was extremely talented. And I do have some talent too, but I can't paint like that man. Maybe I should try to inspire myself a little bit. So another thing that he talked about a lot was perception. And that's important, and we can apply this to grooming. Perception and insight into a grooming session with a dog. You have a preconceived idea of how you want the dog to look. It's a perception. I don't know how you men out there, or women, stand having a mustache. I don't. It's itchy. So back to topic. We have a preconceived idea of how we want the dog to look, right? That's our perception. We come up with a game plan according to our perception for each grooming session. And this gives us, you, me, a goal to work towards from start to finish, is our perception. I have some back feeding noise coming in. Don't know what it is. All right, so that's where perception comes into play. We have an idea of what we want this dog to look like as we get it up on the table and we start assessing the groom. You always hear me talk about assessing the groom, and that's important to do. Something is making weird noises over there. Okay. The next category is blending. And that's something that he did so well in his paintings, blending. And blending is probably one of the things that he made look so easy on canvas and in front of a live audience and television. And a lot of you feel the same way about me when I'm doing my scissor blending work. After I've done my clipper work, you often say to me, your blending work is just what brought it all together. But it does. So blending, he blended in his paintings, I blend in my grooms, and so do you. Blending is to bring two or more parts together smoothly. That's the idea. So this happens in painting, it happens in dog grooming. In dog grooming, we blend our clipper work into our scissor finish work. We blend a hip into a leg or a shoulder into an elbow and a leg. The same as painting a picture, right? You want a smooth transition from one area to another. So blending, that is something that is the Bob Ross way that we can apply to our dog grooming. Now the next category I love so much, and it's something that I do with every groom. It's freestyle. Freestyle is something that Bob did on canvas all the time. When he walked up to the canvas, he may have had an idea of the landscape that he wanted to paint, but he, a little bit of a perception of what he wanted to do. But he had no plan. He just got up there and he started painting. And it was amazing. So freestyle is what he did, and it made his art pieces masterpieces. They were one of a kind. Well, freestyle in grooming can be applied, and I use it all the time. Freestyle is the combination of different dog grooming methods and techniques to produce something original. So what do I mean by that? Most dogs that I groom are a product of freestyle grooming. Most all dogs, even purebreds. For instance, when I groom a doodle dog, and there's many doodles, so many different looks and stuff on our doodles, coat type, body shape. But let's take a doodle. I often incorporate grooming standards of a terrier and a poodle and even a Bichon into that one groom on that doodle dog. So that's what I'm talking about, freestyle. So you didn't think you could freestyle? You're wrong. You're freestyling. That's freestyling. You're incorporating aspects of other breed standard trims into one groom. And it's cool looking and it's fun. So the finished look is unique to the dog itself, to the dog you're grooming. But if you look closely, you may notice a boxy look on the body and the legs resembling a terrier. The head assembly may be all one unit, like a Bichon, ears included. I look kind of like a Bichon. The body may have angulation and be scissored like a poodle. That's all in one groom. Just itchy. So that's what I call freestyle. And Bob used freestyle in his painting too. He just got up to the palette and he went for it. Now he had a method to his madness. You'll have to watch some of his videos. I did link his YouTube channel in the description below, guys, for you to go check out how Bob Ross painted and what a wonderful person and painter he was and how he related to people. He was amazing. Everybody loved him. So the next category, God, it's itchy. The next category is creativity. This is a fun one and it's very important for dog grooming. Creativity is the ability to outshine traditional ideas, rules, and patterns in relationships. Outshine them to create meaningful new ideas, forms, methods, or interpretations of something. The ability to use your imagination and develop something from your vision with a pleasing outcome, that's creativity. Oh God. Okay, I might have to take this off. I can't though. It's part of, I gotta be in full character here. Being creative in dog grooming is what separates outstanding work from average. Like painting, being creative showcases your exclusive style and talent, using your own creativity. Creativity cannot be taught. It cannot be. It lives within each and every person. Each and every individual has their own creativity. It cannot be taught. You can learn methods and perfect them, but your creative mind is yours. And you can apply that to dog grooming. And wow, what a difference it makes in your grooms, being creative. But don't get too creative. Don't get too crazy, okay? We still want them not to be embarrassed to walk outside. I certainly wouldn't walk outside right now. Anyway, the next category is patience. This is important, and Bob had so much patience, and that's why his paintings turned out so wonderful. But I want to tell you a few things about patience that is very important to understand. We have all heard the phrase, patience is a virtue, correct? What does that mean, and how does it apply to dog grooming and painting alike? It means waiting calmly is a good trait. Waiting calmly. And if you practice patience in your dog grooming or painting, you will not miss the opportunity to see a chance to outdo your original idea for your creation. Patience. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to say that again. Waiting calmly. This is what patience means. Waiting calmly is a good trait. So that's what patience is a virtue means. And if you practice patience in your dog grooming or painting, You won't miss the opportunity to see a chance to outdo your original idea for your creation. So I think that's pretty cool. I wanted to say it twice. I could say it 3 times, but my mustache might fall off. So this is the reason why not to rush the dog grooming process. Without patience, you may be 2 steps ahead of your original vision and miss the opportunity to showcase some of your best work. So patience, my friend. We got to have patience. And that goes for painting too. Bob Ross often suggested we periodically step back from our work, take a minute, look at it from that view. So step back a couple feet from your dog, take a look at it from that view. I tell you what, that's changed a lot of things for me. I do this when I'm grooming dogs, and it has stopped me from sabotaging my work. Absolutely. Often we will see what is missing or what is overdone, you know, because we're bird's eye, we're right up close. But if we step back, we will often see what is missing here and what did I overdo, and then step back in and continue working with a new viewpoint. So patience, very important. The next category that we learned from Bob that he applied into his painting that we can apply to our dog grooming is inspiration. Absolutely. He had some pretty neat things that inspired him, and I'm going to share that with you. But inspiration varies from one individual to another. What inspires me creatively may not inspire you. So where will we find our inspiration when we paint or groom dogs? Where do we find inspiration if we're all different and we're all inspired differently? Well, for me, it's watching other groomers that I admire, or watching a dog grooming competition and seeing something ringside that impresses me and watching how they do it and understanding why they did that. Or going to a dog show and watching the dogs that are impeccably groomed and watching them move and seeing no hair is really out of place. And looking at this, assessing this, that is inspiring to me. And I imagine that a painter will look at other artists and their work too and possibly get inspiration. But one thing that Bob Ross shares often when teaching was, get out of the studio and see the world around you. That is what he said he gets inspiration from. He loved nature, he loved animals and wildlife, and it obviously was inspiring for Bob Ross, and he showed us that in his paintings. It came into his paintings. But he was a really big nature lover. He loved to be out. He loved to help animals. He used to help wounded wild animals. He was dedicated. I don't know how he went all those years with a mustache, but he was dedicated and inspired by nature. And that gave him creative juices to create what he created on canvas. And he always said, go to what inspires you. And he said, for me, it's the outdoors. When you feel inspired, take a moment and think about why you feel inspired. It may be something simple like the elegance of a song or a picture, or a bird sitting outside on your window. It may inspire you. But look for inspiration and every day and in the smallest of things, because they can be very inspiring and they can make you feel in a way that you want to create something. We all produce better results when we become inspired, for sure. Bob Ross often said, your creative ability is reflected in your mood and your mindset. I've heard him say that so many times on his show when he was painting. So think about that, and let's thank him for reminding us of it. Your creative ability is often reflected in your mood and your mindset. That is so true. If your mindset and your mood is dark and twisty, your creative ability will be as well. We all know that. Ugh. When your mood is good, you will be more likely to produce work that you're happy with, right? So it's in your mindset, it's in your mood. Mistakes happen when grooming a dog, but I want you to think of them as happy mistakes, happy accidents. That's what Bob always said. That's the Bob Ross way. When he would paint, he'd say, don't get too upset if you made a wrong brush stroke. You can blend it out. You can smooth it down. You can change the depth on this. You can change the perspective with a little paint and a little water. Water it down, whatever. Make it a happy accident and make something of it anyway. And you can do that in dog grooming too. Have the ability to see your grooming mistakes as you make them. Adjust your grooming session to incorporate the mistake into something intentional. Yeah, why not? And just like that, your dog grooming mistake will disappear. It became intentional. That too is the Bob Ross way. And if this video teaches you nothing else, guys, I hope that you will be able to do this. Think of looking at dog grooming with different eyes. The Bob Ross way. Seriously. So before I dive into your questions in the chat, I want you all to join me for a big salute to the one and only Bob Ross. Where's my salute button? Get him up. Come on, ready? This is for Bob Ross. Put him up, guys. That's right. This is for Bob Ross. We loved him. We appreciated him. He was loved and appreciated by millions of people from all walks of the earth. And now we're going to salute him at this moment. He just had a birthday the end of October. It's giveaway time. Are you ready? I am. Okay, who's going to win my course? Who won it? Well, I don't know if I want to say yet. It's kind of exciting. So who won my dog grooming course for the very beginner? It's a $199 value. Let's do a drum roll. Drum roll, please. Where's the drum roll? The winner is Sammy BB3311. Sammy won. Sammy, you received an email from me today, and you must reply to that email in order to win. If Sammy doesn't respond within 48 hours, I will email the next person in line, and there are a couple people who got every answer right in order as directed. And I will post the results of this contest on my community tab on my YouTube channel, on that community page. It's like a website. It's where I make posts. I'm going to announce the winner who I have actually got somebody who responded back that they got my email. That will be posted on my YouTube channel this week, guys. So stay tuned. Sammy, congratulations. I hope that you answer my email. You haven't yet, so I'm a little concerned. So guys, there's still hope. Sammy may not answer the email. I can't give something away to somebody who doesn't respond to me now, can I? I mean, I could, but I could go find out where Sammy lives. But that's kind of, we don't do that stuff. That's weird. So just stay tuned, guys. We're going to post it on the community tab. So if Sammy doesn't respond, I'm going to go to the next one in line. And if that one doesn't respond, I'm going to go to the next one in line until we get a winner. Okay? So I will let you know in my community tab. And I thank you all for playing. That was fun. Now what time is it? It's time to get you some answers to your questions. Does anybody have a question? You know the drill. You put a line in front of your question, and I'll see it in the chat, and I'll answer it. My mom says, oh my, Amy, what are you doing? Laugh out loud. I don't know, Mom. I done lost my mind. I done lost my mind. Oh, I don't know. It's scary. So does anybody have a dog grooming question? I have a few other announcements to make. Do you all remember Bob Ross? I do, growing up. And he always had a very calm way of using his words, and he only used the words that he needed to use. You know, like he didn't confuse the situation. He wasn't very harsh in his tone, like, now you got to come up here with the knife tool and make a mountain, and no, not like that, like this. He was very calm and encouraging the way that he taught us on national television. It was really, really cool. I do have one announcement while I wait. I don't know if you guys, here I see a question. I don't know if you guys know that I do have a weekly newsletter now that's free. It's an email newsletter. Every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can receive my free Go Groomer exclusive newsletter directly to your inbox. And if you look in the description below, you'll find a link to sign up. That's completely free. You check your email every Friday, and this is an amazing dog grooming newsletter, guys. It's packed full of all my secrets to successful dog grooming, and I want you to take advantage of it. It's an email, and it's pretty fun, and I love creating my weekly newsletter. I think I've done about 3 now, if I'm correct. It's fun. I love it. I love writing, and I love writing about something I'm passionate about, and that's dog grooming. So I hope you take advantage of that. Court Jester says, how long did it take you to grow your mustache? It took me about 30 seconds to peel off the adhesive protective thing and stick it on my face. But I'm going to go shave it off. No worries. Yeah, I don't care for it. But anyway, Natalie says, how to groom Schnauzer eyebrows. Oh, it's one of my favorites. In fact, I just groomed my little Schnauzer, my mom's little Schnauzer. It's hers and mine, but it's really my mom's little Schnauzer, Ellie Grace. I just groomed her on Sunday, and her eyebrows are looking really awesome. But I have several videos on my channel. I even have a playlist of Schnauzer grooming, just Schnauzer grooming, and in all those videos, it shows you how I groom the eyebrows. But I'll tell you real quick, there's a squishy part up here where the eyebrow starts. So when you feel your dog's head and you feel that soft squishy part, that's where you start leaving the hair for the eyebrow. And then you will cut it straight at the stop, right at the corner of the eyes, up like this. So now you take all that hair out in here. And then from the corner of the nose to the corner of the eye, you make a cut. And that's what makes your triangle. But I clearly go over that in great, great detail on all my Schnauzer videos. Schnauzer is one of my favorite trims to do. Natalie also says, how to bathe the face. My dog hates having his face washed. A lot of dogs do. So guys, if it's the sprayer that they don't like, if you can adjust your sprayer down to more of a trickle, try that. Maybe they're feeling a little attacked by the water. Some dogs love the sprayer and other dogs don't. So if it's a sprayer, turn it down, or you could try maybe filling up a pitcher of water, like for tea or something, filling that up with warm water and gently, and tilt the nose down so no water goes up their nose or in their ears. And I usually plug the ear, push it against the head so water can't get in. And just gently rinse with a not a bucket, but a pitcher of water. They might tolerate that. You can also put water in a bowl or a bucket and put a sponge in there, and it soaks up a lot of the water, and squeeze that down off your dog. But I want you to know it's very important to rinse all product from your dog's face. You never want to leave any product on a dog's skin at all, but definitely over rinse everything. So it may take you a little longer to rinse your dog that way, but it's a great way. It's a great solution if they mind it, Natalie. So hopefully that helps you. Jennifer says, should Tropiclean face wash be diluted in mixing bottles before applying? I have mixing bottles for shampoo and conditioner, but not for the face wash. No, that is a straight up product, but you do have to have the dog's face, their coat, their skin and coat really wet, because that's what creates the lather, the water and the face wash. If you barely got any water on their face, you're not going to get any lather, you're not going to get any clean. So no, it's not meant to be diluted. You don't need to dilute it. You could dilute it slightly, but I always use the Tropiclean face wash straight up. I don't dilute it because I feel like it dumbs down the product's ability. I do. I feel that one has to be used straight up. So that was a great question. Janelle says, put a line in front of your question, guys, so Amy can see it. Thank you, Janelle. And I hope you're feeling better. Janelle just had a slight little surgery this week. She said she's feeling better, and I'm so happy. Jenny says, I'm starting my grooming apprenticeship next month, and I'm nervous. Any tips? Yes, Jenny, don't be nervous. Be excited. It's an adventure. It's a journey. Don't be nervous. If you approach dog grooming in a nervous way, the dogs can sense that. So if you're working with a dog and you're nervous, the dog senses that and he's going to be nervous, or maybe already even is. But that doesn't help. You want to bring a calm confidence to the table. But the thing is, Jenny, with any apprenticeship and with dog grooming itself, I feel that you should be getting really good at things a step at a time. So first start getting really good at brushing dogs. Brush this one, brush that one, brush another one. Get really good, confident, understanding this tool very well. Because you can hurt a dog with a brush. Okay, I want you to know that. So, and then start adding in baths, bathing, conditioning, rinsing. Get really good at that. I think dog grooming needs to be repetitive before you move on to the next step, because once you repetitively learn good brushing habits and how to produce good work from your brushing, because you do understand that, you know, we all brush dogs the wrong way when we start. We don't thoroughly brush them, and that's not proper. Then it gets on the master groomer's table and they go, back to the drawing board, I can't get a comb through this dog. So it's important to do everything right. I feel like everybody should do these little things, brushing, then bathing, then add some nail trims, then add some sanitary trims, repetitively, over and over again, before we even start to go for a clipper and do a pre-trim or set the pattern on a body. Because you want those other things to become mindless so that you're ready for the more challenging parts of grooming, which is using scissors and clippers and remembering how to make a round head and how to round the feet. I just feel like dog grooming is not well learned if it's like, here's everything about dog grooming and good luck. You know, it's just not going to work. You have to repetitively do things so that those things now become mindless. You're ready for the more challenging parts of grooming, and then you'll improve on those too. Always know that you're going to improve, Jenny. I think that's important for you to understand, is that you are going to improve with every groom. And be patient, as I mentioned here earlier. Be patient with your inability to produce beautiful work at first. It's never going to be beautiful unless you're just some kind of amazing person who was meant to do this. It's odd at first, the tools, making our brain and our hands and our tools do what we want them to. You have to build up to that. So you have to be patient, and you have to not be hard on yourself, Jenny, because it discourages you. If you're not happy with a groom, look at it. Realize maybe what you did wrong, or ask your instructor. You know, your instructors will give you all the feedback you need. Well, I can tell you, you know, you you didn't brush the dog properly, bathe and condition. That's why your work looks choppy. You know, coat prep is very important. And an experienced groomer can walk right up to a groom, you know, use a comb, take a look at things, and know exactly what went wrong. So having an instructor is a good thing, Jenny. And you said my instructor recommended that you watch me. That's awesome. Well, give her a knuckle bump. Tell her thank you. I try not to lead anybody astray. Jennifer says, can't afford both trimming shears and chunkers for home grooming my Australian Shepherd. Which one is most important? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm ready to go with lots of items, and I've learned them all from you. Thank you. It's no problem, Jennifer. So you say I can't afford a trimming shear or a chunker. On an Aussie, most of the work around the feet, you're gonna need a regular shear, a straight shear around the feet. Blending shears around the feet as a beginner is dangerous because you have to make so many more snips. There's so many more chances for you to nick your dog. The shears are sharp. However, when we're talking about trimming up, you know, around the hiney, maybe a little behind the ears, it's got to be a blending shear. I mean, a straight shear is just going to look choppy. So I can tell you this, Jennifer, do not buy cheap shears, especially the ones on Amazon. They're not going to work for you. It's just wasting money. So if they're $60, you think you saved some money, you didn't. After one groom, they're not worth anything. So you wasted money. Spend the $100 or the $120 to get either a Love Series shear from Kenchi or my shears for $119. It's worth it. And your shears, guys, will last you for the rest of your life as long as you're not constantly dropping them or throwing them on the floor. If your shears do get knocked on the floor, most likely they can be brought back to good if you send them to Kenchi. Kenchi is my favorite place to have my shears or blades sharpened. They do a very precise work, and some of my shears are really expensive, and I have bought them from them. So I only trust them to work on them. But they can sharpen any shear, as long as it's a real dog grooming shear and it's not some little toy from Amazon. They can't be sharpened. But anyway, so there's an expense that comes along with dog grooming, Jenny, or anybody. If you're going to commit to it, and I believe that was our last live stream. If you're going to commit to being your dog's groomer, you have to commit to buying the right tools, getting the right knowledge, whether that's taking a course, a mini course, or buying some of my workbooks or whatever. You know, you have to be willing to spend the money. You have to be able to work with your dog and not let your dog run the show. There's just so many things. But that live stream was wonderful that we did 2 weeks ago, because you know we do only live every 2 weeks. Remember, we're not every week anymore, every 2 weeks. So maybe go back and watch that. I think it'll speak to you. The last live stream, it was called Before You Commit to Being Your Dog's Groomer, Do This. And these things. There was a list of things. You must do them, must do them. Okay. So I see Jennifer says, I have a curved shear already. Then you don't need your straight. You could use the curve, and you may need the blender. I have a curved lefty Kenchi. So you're a lefty. If you're a lefty, I'm assuming you're a lefty, Jenny. Okay. Otherwise, you would not be able to use a lefty shear very well. Yes, Janelle says my sapphire shears are really awesome. I love them too, but they don't come in lefty. So Jennifer, if you're a lefty, my sapphire line doesn't come in a lefty. Maybe at some point it might, we'll see. But at this point it doesn't. But the Love series does, and they're $99 shears. Really nice. And listen, if you're hung up and you're not sure what shear is right for you, you can call Kenchi. They do have great customer service, and they really know their shears. They make them. So they can give you good advice. I promise you. Sapphire shears are amazing. Thank you, Sean. Jennifer, yes, super bummed I can't get your sapphires. I'm sorry, honey. I'll talk to Sammy, see what I can do. You never know. Sammy is a good guy. He's the Kenchi guy. So anyway, I have a couple more announcements to make here, and I'm going to let you guys go. But this was fun. This was a lot of fun. Channel members, hounds, I will be seeing you this Sunday. Okay? This Sunday, November 12th at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. It's our monthly live Zoom learning session. The topic is best dog grooming methods, grooming dogs that shed. I'm going to give you everything I got. You know, I give you a PDF with every lesson, so you don't just have to sit through the lesson. You also have something to put in your notebooks that's going to bring it all together for you. If you're not a channel member and you would love to take your dog grooming knowledge to a new level, guys, there is a link in the description below of this video where you can become a channel member, also known as a hound. Go Groomer channel members enjoy monthly live learning sessions and receive exclusive content and free downloads with every session, every monthly session. It's fantastic. I love putting together my channel member lessons. I love it. Our next live from the grooming table, not a moment too late. This is perfect. Next live from the grooming table is scheduled for Monday, November 20th at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, right before Thanksgiving, and the topic is Black Friday deals you don't want to miss. I am going to gather the best Black Friday deals together and give it all to you in one live stream with links if they are products that you're interested in, so you can go check them out. I'm going to find the best deals for you, the best deals on quality dog grooming tools, products, and equipment. So stay tuned for that, guys. All right, I don't see any more questions. I love you guys so much. I am going to rip this off my face right now because it's driving me crazy. I am going to leave you with a Farmer's Dog Super Bowl commercial just so you get your little tears going and realize how much we love our dogs, which is exactly the reason I feed my dogs the Farmer's Dog, because everything is better about the health when you're talking about whole foods, just like us. We don't eat fast food every day. If we did, we're unhealthy. So, oh, still itchy. The farmer's dog is a choice for me with my dogs right now because it's convenient, it's delivered to my door. There's no preservatives. It's amazing food. And my dogs are thriving on it. Their weight, their energy level is always in check. And their health, the longevity is going to be there for my dogs. That's what I'm watching for. Great teeth health too with the farmer's dog. You don't get all that decay and stuff that we get from dry food. So are you ready to watch the farmer's dog Super Bowl commercial and see how awesome it is and learn about Bear? I'll see you guys in 2 weeks right before Thanksgiving. I am so happy to see you tonight. Thanks for putting up with me on this terrible bad hair day. Yeah, it's been a bad hair day. I should just get rid of this stuff right here. All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. I love you so much. Take care. Keep being awesome.
I'll always take care of you.
Slow down.
I wanna hold you forever.
Hey, little bear bear.
I wanna love you forever.
Let's not do that again, okay?
Don't worry, darling, about the rest of our life. Through thick and thin, I'll be there by your side. 'Cause when I see those big, beautiful eyes looking into mine, I wanna hold you forever.
To have and to be from this day forward.
You forever.
Come on, Bear.
Yes, I do now. Ooh.
I'm gonna love you forever.
Okay, bear.
Forever.